I'm joined now with author Anne Charles. And first of all, I'll get you just to go a little bit into your background and just how you started writing.
I was actually writing in the late 1990s, trying to learn how to craft a story. And I didn't want to be a writer all my life, but I was reading different books and I didn't always love the ending. I kind of wanted it to end a different way. So then I would think about how I would end it. And so that kind of spurred me to write the first book I ever did. And it was by hand on notebook paper. I did type it up on an old fashioned word processor and sent that one in to a publisher, and it was rejected, but they were really nice and they told me to keep trying, don't give up. So I don't know if they really meant that, but I took it serious and I kept going. And so it wasn't until it was around 2007 that I finally really, I'd spent a lot of time learning marketing and about the craft by then, but I thought, okay, now it's time to get serious. And so 2011, the first book come out, and then I still worked my day job full time in the day and then writing at night. But then about 2014, I was finally able to quit the day job and just be a full-time writer. And ever since then, no looking back, just keep writing and publishing and keep on going.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And your newest book in the Jackrabbit Junction series recently released last month. So can
Right.
you just tell me about the series first of all?
Sure. Jackrabbit Junction Mystery Series takes place in southeastern Arizona, down near an RV park. Those of you who might not know, Arizona, in the winter, we fill up with all the snowbirds coming south. And a lot of these RV parks will become small cities or towns, even with so many people there at the different RV campgrounds. And so I wanted to write a story set down in kind of nowhere land, Arizona, at this RV park. And it's not a huge one, but it starts with three older guys going to look for wives because they don't want to grow old alone. And one of them, his granddaughter comes. She's in her mid-30s, so she's not young, but she comes along by force from her mother because her mother's afraid that her father is going to find a gold digger. So Claire Morgan's job is to keep her grandfather from getting hooked up with some kind of gold digger down there. So that's kind of the start. And then it's his two army buddies that are there with him. And there's a bunch of older ladies they've hooked up with to come in and, have a fun time trying it out. So it's really kind of, I always say wild and woolly. It's and it is listed as a mystery because there are mysteries in each book, and it is a series. You can read them out of order, but it's better if you read them in order. But it's also more of action, adventure, and treasure hunting. So I often read Treasure Island before I get back into that series to kind of refresh my brain. So it's a fun adventure, action, mystery, suspense with some romance and a lot of humor in it.
And with the newest release, Jingle Balls, can you just tell me a bit about this Christmassy
Yeah.
style book?
So this is the cover. I'm not sure if that shows okay, but yeah. So this is not your typical warm and cozy Christmas story. It is a novella. It's the theme is based around divorce, and if anyone's come from divorced families or divorced themselves, I'm that on both counts. You know that holidays after a divorce aren't always the smoothest thing, and there's a lot of emotions involved. And so this is the story of the three Morgan sisters with their mother, who has recently divorced their father. So they're in their 30s, so they're not kids, but their parents were married over 30 years, and this is a bit of a traumatic thing for their mother, who's not the easiest woman to live with. And so their mother is struggling with what's going into all this, divorce and being on her own now. And their father is coming down for the first time to Southeast Arizona, where they're all at, and dropping in like Santa to see them and bring them gifts. And it's causing some real ripples across everything. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know, other than, like I said, wild and woolly and crazy. It's not warm and fuzzy, but it's fun. And for the fans of the series so far, most of them I'm getting, everybody that writes me, they love it. They think it's funny. And so that's what my goal was to fit it in with the series and make it feel like the series does. And also to give the fans who love the Morgan sisters something more to read and have fun with over the holidays.
So if anyone is looking to purchase any of your books, where should they go?
Well, my website is the easiest place, www.anncharles.com. And there's no E on Ann, so just anncharles.com. And if you go to the books page, I have a little, bit about each book. And then I have all the different links because I have them all in ebook and they're in print and they're in audiobook as well. So it depends what you like, to how you like to read or listen. They're all out there, and that's where you can find the links, or go to most of your major vendors and you can find them. I am available for libraries too, and I'm in a lot of libraries, but it takes a lot of times the patrons to be able to get the library, the libraries to purchase and get the books in.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Ann.
Thank you for having me on here. And I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season, a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, all of it in between. Just a wonderful season.